What's happening, everybody? Here's a video that's going to help you keep track of what students are able to see within your course. So I know that there's a way to do it by clicking on the top right. You can always click on that view student preview mode sort of thing. But let's say you're trying to just get a quick overview of what students can see without having to click all over the place and go into student preview mode. And you just wanted to look at, say, one individual student instead of the entire class, because there are ways to open things up for individual students and for individual groups. And while those are a bit more advanced, they're not impossible. And if some of you know how to do that or are interested in doing that, there are definitely ways to do that. So in this video, I'm just going to show you how to basically just really quickly see exactly what one student can see. So I'm going to bring you into one of my courses where I'm the only one in there, and I'm going to kind of walk you through this particular feature. And hopefully it'll help you out, especially if students email you and they say, hey, I'm trying to access this information, but it's not there. Well, we can go in there and see if they can see it or not and figure out what the problems are. So let's share my screen and let's just get right after it. This is going to be a quick video. All right, so I'm in one of my courses right here. And if I scroll down, let me zoom in so it's easier to see. If I scroll down to where it says evaluation, okay, and I click on performance dashboard. This may look a little weird, but the first thing I want to explain is that this is all under the assumption that the individual is looking at this from the student perspective. And you can check a lot of different information here, whether it's discussion board posts, review status, whatever the case may be, days since last course access. Now remember, this is all under the student previews perspective. So unless you're looking at this under a student preview, okay, this is going to assume that you've never accessed this course as a student. Now, when I click on adaptive release, okay, don't really worry about what adaptive release is. It's kind of a cool feature. I use it a lot, but it is a bit tricky at times. If you're interested in that, you can either reach out to CIP or you can send me an email or call Blackboard. They can help you with that. But let's not digress too much. You'll see a folder with a check mark here. When you click on that, you're going to get a screen pop up. I've already enlarged it, but it usually comes up like this. And then you just have to click on this little square over here to make it full screen. And you'll see all these eyes with eyes and then lines through the eyes. And what does this all mean? So if I scroll all the way to the bottom, anything with a line through it that has an eye means it's not visible. And anything with a regular eye that's opened means it is visible. So if I scroll to the top and I can now see, okay, as a student, this is all available. This is all available. But look, this was that faculty information that was uploaded that was hidden from students. And you can see this is all unavailable or can't be seen by the students. But let's say a student's like, I'm trying to take the course introduction quiz, but it's not visible, right? Well, if I go in here, I can say, you know what? You're right. It's not visible. All right. Well, now we need to figure out how to make that visible. So I'm going to exit out of this screen and I'm going to go to where that quiz is located, and that's going to be under course introduction. And here it is, course introduction quiz example. And if you look, availability is hidden from students. You know what? I got to make this available. How do I do that? Well, if you look here at this symbol, if you click on that, you're going to get a drop-down menu. Okay, so you can edit the test options, but if you look right here, make available. So if I click on make available, okay, now that disappears. And if I go back to the performance dashboard and I click on that box again, the folder with the check mark in it, you should see when I make this full screen that quiz is now visible. So this is a real easy way where if a student says, I can't find something or it's not there, just go to that performance dashboard, click on the adaptive release, and then you can just see what they have access to seeing and what they don't have access to seeing. It's just that straightforward. And then you can go back in and make sure that it's available, or maybe check the date ranges. It could be an issue with a date range in there. Just double check to make sure everything's lined up and set up the way you want it to be set up so that students can see it. Now remember, this is only for individual students. If you wanted to just see the whole course from the total class perspective, that you could just do by clicking on the Enter Student Preview button on the top right corner. So hopefully this was helpful, and I'll see you guys in the next video.